Hello. So in the last video, we have discussed few GitHub commands which help us in the bug bounty hunting journey. And today we are going to discuss about OS command injection. You can get detailed note on this Putzwigger lab itself. Okay. So OS command injection is a security vulnerability that occurs when an attacker is able to execute arbitrary OS commands on server or system through a vulnerable application. And in web application, user input is often collected through forms, URL parameters, or other input field. These input field used by the application to construct commands and interact with the underlying operating system. If the application fails to properly validate or sanitize this input, an attacker can inject malicious command into this field. For example, if an application expects a username and simply concatenates it with a system command without proper validation, an attacker could input a command instead of username. Or when an attacker submits the manipulated input, the application unwittingly executes the injected command, and if it is were a legitimate request from the user. Depending on the permissions of the user context in which the application is running, the attacker can perform a varieties of malicious actions such as accessing the sensitive files, modifying the configuration, deleting the data, or even take over the entire system. Common points of vulnerability includes system calls, shell commands, and calls to the external program, such as, for example, if a web application uses functions like execute, system, or backticks to execute commands based on user inputs without proper validation, it could be vulnerable to bias command injection. And to mitigate OS command injection, developers should adopt secure coding practices such as input validation and sanitization. And this involves validating the input to ensure it conforms to expected format and sanitizing input to remove the potentially harmful characters or sequences. Additionally, using the parameterized queries for database access and avoiding the use of the system calls or shell commands with these user supplied input can help in preventing these type of vulnerability. So overall, OS command injection is a serious security risk that can lead to unauthorized access, data breaches, and system compromise if not properly addressed by the developers. So I hope you understood the concept of OS command injection, and let's do the lab. So access the lab. Okay, network issue. One sec. One sec. Okay, I try to reconnect. Yes, got it. So we can open this lab in our pod speaker. This lab contains OS command injection vulnerability in the product stock checker field. So to solve the lab, we have to execute this command, who am I command. Okay, fine. So here, click on view details. Where is the product stock check? Yes, here. Here stock check here. Na? I'll do one thing. I'll intercept this request and click the check stock. Okay, and forward. Here we got product ID and store ID, right? So I'll pass after product ID type symbol who am I command. Let's try this. Forward, unbound variable information. Okay, let's start this. The lab got solved, right? So what's the result? What's the username? Who am I? Peter. Home Peter stock report. So username is Peter. Got it? So in this example, let me try again. Check stock. Here we can send it to the repeater. Here, after product ID equal to 1, enter pipe symbol, then type the command who am I, send. So here we got the result, Peter QVVC1L, right? So the lab got solved. So here we are passing a OS command through this parameter. Okay, that thing is OS command injection, and this OS command injection is also leads to SQL injection. We can implement SQL injection or complete account takeover also. Okay, here you can see some example for OS command injection. OS. Okay, yeah. Here you can see some other labs also. Blind OS command injection with the time delays. You can practice this thing. This one, Anna. There is, I think, HackerOne has similar report. Blind OS command injection with the time delays. When you scroll down, you can see the solution here. So with the email parameter, we are adding ping command. This command, when we execute this command, it will delay 10 seconds. Okay, so using this command, you can execute this thing, blind OS command injection. I'll do one thing, I'll show this. Time delay. Just open your HackerOne and in the activity page, just search for time delays. Okay, just wait. Time delay. I'm sorry, spelling mistake. Time delay. Hmm, I don't know whether it got private. Let me check. Or one second. Command injection. Okay, HTML injection, code injection, client side injection, blind SQL injection, time based SQL injection. Yes, it's SQL injection. Sorry, not OS command, it was SQL injection. So in the next video, we will discuss about SQL also. Okay, yeah, it was SQL injection. I'll explain in the next video. Fine. So you have to do one thing. You have to complete these OS command injection labs. Okay, it only have few labs, one, two, three, four, five, only five labs. So you have to complete these five labs, and you can get the solution below this thing. If you didn't get any answer, you can use the solution also. Okay, so you have to practice sports figure completely in order to be an expert. Okay, 80 percentage things is covered in the port figure itself. Okay,